CATV is proudly presented by Toyota.
Talk to us about the role of the seamers, because conditions here in SA are a bit similar to the ones in Australia. Do you perhaps feel that you guys have a chance in terms of that?
Yeah, I think that's always been the nice thing about coming to South Africa, especially this time of year, that the conditions are very similar. I think it's obviously a bit similar to the Gabba back home, Hobart, Melbourne to an extent, so they're wickets that we're quite used to, so it is nice to come here and not have to adjust our game too much. I think it's not getting too carried away with obviously the seam though. There can be times we get a bit carried away with it, so it's just about sticking to our plans, which I think the last 6 months we've shown that we can do that for 4 or 5 days of a test match that were hard to beat. So the boys are ready to go, and no doubt we'll be obviously looking forward to getting out there this first day.
Obviously you guys will be looking to exploit that gap left by Jacques Kallis. I think in third spot. You guys have spoken about that?
Yeah, we haven't spoken too much about it at the moment. Obviously the last week or so since we've been here has just been about our preparation. But over the next week we'll talk more about them as individuals and as a team. But yeah, it is always nice coming up against the South African side without Jarks in it. It's obviously he's one of those blokes. He's a great of the game, and you enjoy playing against him. But yeah, as an opposition player, it's always a bonus seeing him out of the side now. But yeah, it's going to be a tough contest, that's for sure.
And now finally, just out of curiosity, your opinion on KP and the ECB?
Yeah, it doesn't really, obviously it's not a worry to us. We obviously had a good series back home in Australia, won back the Ashes, which is what it was all about, but now it's just for us to move on and look to this series. This is obviously a tough series, come up against the #1 team in the world, so we can't worry too much about what's going on around the world. It's about, yeah, obviously this contest now and hopefully, yeah, trying to defeat the #1 team.
What have you been eating in South Africa, considering all the meat?
No, there's plenty of stuff. Obviously I can find plenty of good fruit and veg over here, so no, it's all good. Obviously, it's a bit better being in Joburg than out in Potch. Obviously there's a lot less options out there, but yeah, no, it's obviously a nice country and enjoying my time.
I'm sure you've spoken at length about the change in your diet and what it's meant for your bowling. Just in terms of how you're feeling at the moment, are you seeing long-term effects of that change?
Yeah, I think so. I think at the moment, yeah, obviously touch wood that it's been 2 years now injury-free, so it's always a bonus. As a youngster, I did have a lot of little niggling injuries and stuff along the way, so it's nice to be out in the park and available 100% of the time, which is always good. But yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling healthy. Obviously, recovery's going well, and that's what it's all about. Our game, because it's so close together in between matches, that it is important to get fast recovery, and I think that's been the big bonus with the change in diet and lifestyle.
And just tell us about the excitement of a battle of the bowlers. I mean, we all love seeing quicks run in and do some damage. What does it feel like to be one of them?
Yeah, it is nice. It is. I think it's always fun when especially coming over here, like I said, it's pretty similar to the wickets back home, which makes it nice. They're nice, fast, a little bit of movement, a little bit of swing, and it does make it exciting, especially hearing their coaches talking about having a bit of a bowl off. So it's always a bit of fun, but yeah, it's obviously going to take a lot of patience, a lot of consistency, which I think, yeah, as a bowling unit, we've become accustomed to now, and I think we've got to continue that throughout this series. Yeah, like I said, it's going to be tough on both sides of the team. So. It's something we're looking forward to. The batters probably not so much, but I'm got full 100% support behind our batters that they can do the job.
So the last thing, Faf du Plessis, I'm sure you've seen enough of him from Adelaide, but what's the plan against him this time?
Yeah, I think, yeah, obviously he had a good game there. It's obviously the game suited his situation where he didn't have to attack. He only had to sit out there and bat. So I think it's a different story when the game's on the line and he has to play to win. So I think. It's obviously, yeah, we'll bowl our plans, and I think that's something that we've become really good at, is obviously creating plans for the opposition players and executing them. And I think this series will be no different. We've got another week now to obviously fine-tune those ideas and the way we're going to go about it. And I think it's going to be exciting watching us go about our thing throughout this series.